The weird thing about New Year's Eve in New York is that for all the fireworks and noise, you can feel more alone than ever, even with the whole city around you, especially if you're sitting on a cold park bench in Central Park with your life looking shiny from the outside, but hollow as an old tree on the inside. That was me, James Whitmore, CEO, 38, a guy who'd made it at least according to everyone who'd ever looked at my bank account, but not anyone who'd ever looked me in the eye. It was one of those nights that felt stuck on pause. The world wrapped in lights and laughter, couples bundled close, families snapping selfies, and me just invisible, right up until a tiny voice shattered the silence. "You look sad, mister. Want to meet my mommy?" I almost laughed. Honestly, where'd this kid come from? Little thing, maybe 3, in socks that didn't match and a hat that had clearly seen better Decembers, gripping a scrap of bread in one fist, blue eyes big as Christmas. She was staring at me with this open, fearless curiosity, like sadness was a language she spoke fluently, and for some reason, she'd picked me out of 100 grown-ups to try and fix. "You look really sad," she said, dead serious. My mommy always makes me smile when I'm sad. For a second, I almost brushed her off, but something in her tone stopped me. "Your mommy, huh?" She nodded, dropping crumbs, then pointed at a woman crouched by a trash can, moving with this careful dignity that made you realize just how quickly life can change. "She's pretty," the girl said quietly, "but she gets tired. We're looking for food tonight." I asked her name, listened if her mom was okay with her talking to strangers. "She says I shouldn't, but you looked like you needed a friend," she shrugged, honest as sunlight. "I know that feeling. I don't have any friends either." Next thing I knew, I was standing, following her toward the edge of the park, past all those happy families, feeling for the first time in months like I was part of something, or at least moving toward it. When we reached the woman, she straightened up fast, eyes narrowing when she saw her daughter holding hands with a man in a designer coat. "Lisa, what did I say about wandering?" she called, worry sharp in her voice. Then, looking at me, she relaxed only a fraction. "Sorry if she bothered you. She's friendly. She thought I looked lonely." I admitted. She was right. The woman's name was Anna. Up close, she looked young, but life had clearly carved its story into her. There was a resilience about her, a calm that you only earn the hard way. I offered to buy them something warm to eat at a nearby cafe. Anna hesitated, pride warring with necessity, but finally agreed, just something small. For her. Lisa's face lit up. "Can I have hot chocolate?" We ordered cocoa from a street cart and huddled on a bench as steam curled in the cold air. Anna's fingers were red from the weather, her nails short but clean, her voice steady as she told me, "We move around. That's just how it is." She stood half a step behind Lisa, always protective, always alert. I asked her about their story. Anna looked down, brushing Lisa's hair, her voice quiet but not bitter. 3 years now. I was in nursing school when I got pregnant. The father disappeared. My family, well, they weren't really around. Tuition, rent, life fight all got too much. She said it without self-pity, only the bare facts, as if repeating them often enough might make them less real. And all the while, Lisa played quietly beside us, swinging her legs, humming to herself, somehow the brightest spot on the coldest night. A man in ragged clothes passed by, eyeing Lisa's pastry. Without a thought, Anna handed him her own sandwich from her bag. "Merry Christmas," she said, like it was the simplest thing in the world, though Christmas was already gone. I watched her, realizing she gave away her own dinner without hesitation. "He needed it more," she shrugged, as if kindness was just common sense. Later, Anna pulled a battered kid's book from her bag and spun a new fairy tale for Lisa, princess with no shoes and a giant heart, a sad man whose heart began to thaw from a single smile. I realized I was listening to something more than a bedtime story. I was hearing hope, wrapped in the everyday struggle, the kind that keeps you going when everything else says quit. It hit me, then Anna wasn't someone waiting to be saved. She was already saving someone every day, her daughter, and in a way, she was starting to save me too. As Lisa drifted off to sleep, Anna and I sat together, the city fading into the background, and I found myself sharing parts of my life I hadn't spoken aloud in years. Every New Year's, my wife and I used to come here, I said, voice tight. We bring a blanket, sit under the fireworks, just us. Rachel died ovarian cancer. I thought if I kept working, kept moving, I'd outrun the grief. But I didn't. I just got really, really good at pretending. And it didn't offer empty comfort. She just listened, hand resting on Lisa's back, letting the silence do the work. When I finally broke down tears I hadn't shed since the funeral, Anna simply said, "You couldn't save her, but she knew she was loved." That's everything. It was the first time I believed it might be true. The next week, I got Anna and Lisa a room at a modest extended stay hotel. Anna wanted to refuse Pride again, but I told her, no strings, just a place to rest. Soon, she was enrolled in a local nursing program, thanks to a little help from me, working nights cleaning one of my offices while Lisa colored at her feet. We built a routine, simple meals, study sessions, trips to the park. I never tried to play the hero. I just showed up. Sometimes that's what people need. One night, Lisa got sick, a bad cold. Nothing serious, but Anna was exhausted, trying to study and care for her daughter at the same time. "Why do you push yourself so hard?" I asked. Anna looked at Lisa, asleep under a heap of blankets. "Because she believes I can do anything," she whispered. "If I give up, I'd be proving the world right instead of her." That night, I realized I didn't just admire Anna, I loved her. Not because she needed rescuing, but because she never stopped fighting, never stopped believing. A year passed. New Year's Eve came again. Anna was now a registered nurse. Anna Collins, RN, her badge said. Lisa, radiant as ever, danced around our kitchen in a sparkly dress, waving a card she'd made. Our first real New Year's together. We ate a simple dinner, nothing fancy, but it tasted better than anything in a Michelin star restaurant, because we were together, really together. As midnight approached, Anna and I stood at the window, watching the snow. I took her hand. "You didn't just save her, you saved me," I said. She smiled, tears shining in her eyes. "I think we saved each other." We kissed slow, gentle, no fireworks needed. And Lisa, of course, squealed in mock disgust from the couch, which set all three of us laughing as the countdown started on TV. Outside, fireworks lit up the sky, but the real magic was in our living room. 3 people, one family, built not from grand gestures, but from 1,000 small acts of love, of faith, of never giving up. And so, in a city where miracles are rare and second chances even rarer, we found both, simply because one little girl saw a stranger on a bench and asked the question that changed everything. "You look sad, mister. Want to meet my mommy?" So what do you think, folks? Is it luck, fate, or just the stubborn hope of people who refuse to give up on each other? Let me know, because in the end, isn't that what we're all looking for? A reason to believe in second chances.